What's up, YouTube? So today is going to be boring. I'll apologize now, but I got to get some stuff re-squared up. So I was going to show you guys how I do it on my table saw. I do the same thing with the miter saw and a few other things. Yeah, it's going to be short, quick, simple, down and dirty. While I'm thinking about it, give me 1 second. I got to grab something. And I'm back. So if you guys were following me last year, I cast up 2 of these guys. We're actually going to throw this on the lathe as soon as I'm done with this and get a couple things cut. We're going to get 2 videos out of this one. The how-to is going to be the weekend before Christmas. Next week will be the ASMR, where I just do all the turning work. I'm imagining this is going to take a couple hours. Yeah, so be on the lookout. That is a Lego set. It's been sitting in my shop for a year, so it's a little dusty. But yeah, so with that, let's get into how to square up a blade and make sure you're not getting anything bent. So the first thing we do for that, before I walk away, unplug it. All right, and we are back. Sorry, I had something playing in my ear and it wouldn't stop. So now I just hit the power button about 10 times. Really, you just need to do it like twice. Just make sure there's no residual power. If you guys didn't know, I have lost part of a fingertip to a table saw, so I get a little paranoid about safety around these things. And yes, I don't use the blade guard. Yell at me all you want. It doesn't really bother me. But for the love of God, don't take your riving knife off if you're gonna run it like this. Now again, we've got no power to it. This is just gonna be in the way if I leave it up here. So here's our cord. Also, the only power strip that's within the vicinity here is unplugged, but that's for a different reason. I need it for the lathe. And my other phone that I'm gonna use to record that's currently charging. So what we do to start with this, apologize for getting my hand in the way. Pop my phone out. You wanna place your square. And I do have a specific square just for checking 90s. If you see any daylight like that, you got a problem. That means we're good. We're good on that side. I'm gonna put this back in my tripod because I need both hands for the next part. I don't like how that just popped in there, but hey. All right. Now we have a dial indicator. These things can be a little finicky, especially if you've never used one. I've used them at previous employers many times in the past, so I'm fairly comfortable with them. Let's see if we can get this where you guys can see it. Oh, okay, it's not gonna roll that way. All right, well, we'll get this as low as I can. Now the magnetic base on this one, I didn't realize my table saw is not magnetic, so it's mainly just there to be a weight at this point. So all we're gonna do is, see, this is what I was afraid of. I love how it should be just a simple, quick 5-minute check. Not even 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes with explaining it. So all you want to do is get this to where it just barely reads on the dial. Now the trick is just be super gentle. It's a lot easier when they lock into place. So that's pretty much zeroed. And now all we're gonna do is spin the blade. Why is that at 90? Ain't gonna work. Alright, I just found a piece of metal to put in the track there. So it's sticking in that. Not gonna be the most accurate thing, but all we want to do now is spin the blade. So there we're getting about 5 thousandths deviation. Just back one, so we're up to 6 thousandths. That should be about the whole blade. So we're deviating between 4 and 6 thousandths of an inch, which, to give you an idea, a 1/16 of an inch is 65 thousandths. So that is pretty much as close to perfect as you're gonna get, because there could be minor issues with where it's hooked onto the arbor in here. So I'm happy with that. So table saw's all set up and ready to rock and roll again. I know everything's good. Yeah, I know I look like I might not know what I'm doing with one of these, but I do. It's just, I really thought that table was metal. But yeah, so now that I know it's not, what I'm gonna do for the future is actually get some metal strips to put in the T-track here to where the miter's gauge is, which, here's my fancy one, just the thing this guy goes in. And actually, while I'm talking to you, so sign up for the future, it does stick. I don't have to do anything, I can just use this. So next time, double check the Incra Miter 1000 table saw miter gauge is steel, so you can, and it fits in there almost perfect, because there's a little variation in there, so it's probably tighter than 6 thou, which is the biggest I saw. But this is woodworking, not machining, so 6 thou might be unacceptable in some of my previous jobs when I was a machinist, but works fine in a wood shop, because if you didn't know, wood moves. Over the course of the year, it will actually shift and change sizes and stuff, so yeah. So with that, I'm gonna throw these 2 or 3 together and get this thing uploaded and see where my other phone's charge is at, and get the other camera ready to rock and roll. It's already got the mic on, and then we're gonna get to going on a big slab of resin. And that one's gonna be fun. So with that, I will see y'all later. And yeah, cat in the hat. And dappy dap. Doop. Bye.